Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Market opens up here in about 4 minutes. Very quickly, when I say live, what I mean is that I'm recording myself, seeing the information, seeing the data for the very first time, as opposed to having already recorded everything and now coming back and explaining what's already happened. So this is not a trade recap. This is not a post commentary. I literally don't know what's coming next. So in other words, if you just want an unscripted, raw, nitty gritty, dirty look into what it's like to be a trader, how day trading can play out, then this will be a video for you. So my top 2 stocks that I'll be watching this morning are, I think, and I say again, I think, because this is live, so I suppose you never know. Maybe something all of a sudden pops up. But at this exact moment in time, I'll be watching Netflix and Tesla out of the opening gates. Did take a trade earlier on BSFC. Didn't work out and took I don't know, with commissions, let's call it a $4 loss on it. So technically starting the day red, but I think I can recover from a $4 red hole, but that's the status of things. So I will pause and be back at the open. All right, in NVAX at 88.37 on the short side, only 100 shares. Just because this one is very choppy. And looking like that was a poor choice. Got to get out. Oh, whoops. This goes back up over 90. I will get out. Okay, got to get out. Well, that was a quick loss there. Thought it might be getting ready to roll down, but yes, completely wrong on that one, as it went the exact opposite direction. All right, I do like Tesla here. Let me switch over to my options screen. So 997. Interesting potential area on Tesla. And wow, just a big old bouncer on NVAX. So I'm glad I got out where I did. But keep an eye on Tesla here. Curious about this 997 area. All right, I will go ahead and pause for now. All right, curious here about mRNA. NVAX, look at this thing, came right back down. All right, got 407 shares. So a partial fill, but still plenty of shares to make it worthwhile. But let's see if this thing wants to get down through 88. There's the break of 88. Ah, dirty dog. Forgot to change my position size. I changed it to 407 just because that's what I got filled, but then I forgot to change it to a number to scale out. So now I'm down $1. With commissions, I don't know. Probably $10, but that's disappointing. Completely missed Tesla. Was talking about that one. And look at that thing. Well, NVAX happy with that one, minus the position size or the management error on my part. Tesla doesn't want to keep going down. I just can't take that trade right now. It feels way too overextended. So I can't do it. You know, downside FOMO. Just if it wants to take a breath a little bit, relax, okay. Whatever happened with Netflix? No. Problem here with the big, massive gap down, it's hard to see proportions. So 399. You know, I mean, it's a big range, don't get me wrong, but for the situation, I would have thought the range might be a little bit bigger. And I mean, sometimes you have bad luck in the market, sometimes you have good luck. So in all actuality, seemingly that was good luck that I happened to just get out where I did. And I guess it did drop down a bit more, but it's not like it completely collapsed after I got out. So, but talking about complete collapses is Tesla. Now 980 is a super interesting area. In fact, one where I might look to actually play a call. I'm going to throw an order out there at 45. Just one contract for a call. Looking for this thing to break down below 980 and then make a snap down. So there it is at 980, but again, want to see this snap down through it. There we go. And I'm at 45 on the bid. Perhaps a bit too aggressive on my part in terms of thinking that I could actually get filled there. Okay, we'll see how it's acting now. I'm actually going to adjust down to 44 at this point. I'd be interested in more than one contract, but just want to dip my toe in the water here. Adjusting down to 43. Clay, why don't you just go short? I'm saying the same thing, but no idea that it would get that bad. On the bright side of things, though, I alerted that to the community. 997 flush point, and wow, has it flushed. So any members that took that trade, a big congratulations to you. Didn't ever quite give me a setup that I liked. Well, it did, but I missed it. The 997 I totally missed. But after that, like I said, it never really gave me a secondary setup that I could, use to, to get green, or to get into the trade without feeling like I was totally chasing, which it would have been. So, but yeah, congratulations to members. And if you're wondering how does the chat room work, well, there you go. Again, alerted right there before it even happened. You could have taken the break of that support too, which is why I want to map that out. But like I said, I didn't feel like that was going to be a legitimate break. Hence why I was, looking to buy some calls, and still may be looking to buy some calls here if this move wants to come on down some more. But all right, I will go ahead and pause and look around. All right, potentially a short here on Tesla now that it's bouncing. Curious to see how it's going to behave up here around this location of the chart. 980, 986, so that's 300. Yeah, I'm just trying to calculate. I'm at break even, so So 981 is an interesting location. But okay, I will pause. Just in case something crazy happened. But right now, just kind of hovering around. So let's see if some sort of pattern forms up around this location. Well, it just, no setup. It was going and then just dropped. So right there, you can't really work with that. Potentially a little bit of a Momo scalp here at 977. So, yeah, I just not feeling that one. So, okay, well, RIVN 6350 potential. For a short. All right, I'll go ahead and pause. All right, watching 976 here on Tesla, in at 976. So let's see if it wants to come on down. Definitely getting hung up in this area. Need 975 minimum. There we go. How did I not? All right. I was going to say, how did I not get filled at 975 there? I do not like this lack of breaking down at all. All right. Out there for a $10 loss. You saw it, broke down, and then completely just snapped back against me. So that didn't quite work out. So down $12 now on the day. Well, these mornings happen. But the good news is all it takes is one. You know, you just need one decent trade and interesting situation here. See if this thing wants to come down through that pattern or not. In there at 63.84, looking for now a breakdown and continuation of this trend line here. So 63.80 is going to have to be that first key level that is broken. So let's see if we can get some more continuation down through there. Okay, now it bounces back up. 63.50, what I would consider kind of that golden goose point to be broken. The question really is, would I want to add if it comes down to 63.50? So add to a winner. That assumes, of course, it comes back down here. It doesn't just snap back against me. And you know what? I will add at 63.50. 50 if the price comes back down there. But if this is just a bounce back in the upwards direction, well then that'll be all she wrote. So watching 63.50 for an area to add. So just adding to a winner. Okay, coming down. Watching 63.50. Watching. Oh, wow. Okay, well, that happened way too fast. Oh, come on. Just keep coming down now. This is crazy. Well, maybe it was a good thing I didn't add there because I want to try again. Okay, I still have 150 shares left, but at this point, I don't know what it wants to do. If it does want to keep on coming down, fantastic. I'm glad I still have 150 shares, but I could see this thing just bouncing upwards also. So sometimes you just got to admit you're not quite sure anymore. And when that happens to me, lower the position size, because in the event that I'm wrong and this thing doesn't bounce, well, I'm glad I still have some shares. But if I'm right and it does bounce, hey, I'm glad I lessened the load and locked in some profits. But at this point, in my mind, it should have really gone by now. So the way it's just kind of sputtering around here, I just don't know. But again, who knows? Maybe I'm just not being patient enough. And if that's the situation, then great. I'm glad I still have 150 shares. Now down to 100 shares, just because look at this thing. Now down to 50 shares. Yeah. All right. Well, I gave it a chance. It didn't want to go. So, hey, at least I'm in the green. And maybe it will come back into play here. That's very possible. But you were with me that whole trade. You saw it. Break 63.50. Nope. Break 63.50. Nope. Break 63.50. Nope. So at some point, you just got to say, you know what? I'm not quite sure. And maybe my timing was off. Like I said, if I pulled up this chart just now when I was seeing this, then I could see a situation where it'd be worth it. In fact, you know what? Let's watch 63.50, and I'll put in 100 shares. My risk is $50, so even if I'm wrong, it's cost me $50. But if I'm right, well, that'll be the equivalent of me having remained in the trade there. See what I mean? Just bounce back up again. Unbelievable. Well, I'm just not getting any follow through on these stocks right now. And it's not a matter of patience. I gave that thing, I don't know, how many times was it? I mean, I sat through tried to add. I didn't add. Yeah, about 3 times it broke down through, 3 times. Broke down through 63.50. And, just no continuation. And now it's, bouncing upward. That would have been I'd be, not that I would have taken the loss by now, but I'd be red on it. Wow, coin just continues to bleed. All right, I will pause. And the bounce continues. So that's exactly what, why I was saying at that point, I'm very glad that I was lighting the load. Now, had this continued to break down, I would have been sitting there saying, why did I get so aggressive? Why did I start to lighten my load here? But in this situation, the voice was saying, hey, great job, Clay. Look at this. Had you not done that, this would be a losing trade and getting even bigger of a losing trade as it bounces against you. But like I said, that's all hindsight voices, because to be fair, had that thing kept going down, I would be sitting here, the voices would be saying, you moron, why did you get out? Why are you so aggressive? It's like, well, yeah, it's easy to know that now that I have hindsight, but in this situation, it turned out to be the right move. I am still very curious about 63.50. Just really a question, though, of, does it want to come down there, break it, and then get a true move through there? Yeah, this is a good setup. I need to take this setup. I'll take it with 100 shares. Okay, in at 63.50. Is this the time where it finally starts to get some downwards pressure? Goodness. All right, I think I've had about enough of this one. Tesla just flush, great move. And then RIVN, nothing. Well, I suppose, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting. So I don't know why I was expecting this thing to actually get moving. Yeah, that's 63.50. It's just like a bog of mud. I mean, the overall markets are going to lows right now, and here this one is just standing firm. Tesla's going lower, and this one trades relatively close to what Tesla's doing. Markets are going down, and here this one just sits here. Trying to be patient with it, trying to give it a chance. Wow, even when it jumps, it's like 5 cents. Can we get the break of 63? Can we finally get some momentum here? Still have 75 shares. Come on, 63. Let's have some fun. $50 shares left. Because to be real, this could double bottom here. Obviously, I hope it doesn't. Obviously, I don't think it will, but it could, which is why I took off another portion. Because you got to respect the fact of, just because I want it, just because I think it will happen, doesn't mean that it will. So I got to factor that in, and I'm factored in via, once again. All right, there we go. Fantastic. What is that? If this thing comes up over 63.25, I'll be out. So I'm just going to let this work in my favor now. We'll see how far down it wants to go, but my mental stop is at 63.25. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it for now. I'm not going to make you sit here and watch this because it's not the most exciting stock to watch. But all right, maybe I'll be getting and watching 63.25 as my stop. If it goes up over there, I'm out. Okay, I will go ahead and pause. Okay, working its way upwards to potentially stopping me out. Oh, never mind. Back down it goes. So fair warning, there may be a bunch of pauses, never minds, because I'd like to try to get it captured if I am going to get stopped out, preferably speaking. I can get that on video. So I will go ahead and pause for now. In fact, what I need to do is just put in a stop, because I don't feel like watching this thing every single tick. So buy, right? Want to make sure no errors. 25 shares left, 63. Yep, there we go. So now if it goes up over 63.25, I will be out, and I'll adjust that down as time goes. So I am in a good spot overall, though. I'm no longer in a spot of, am I going to make money? Am I going to lose money? The only question right now is how much money am I going to make? And as traders, that's a great spot to be in, where your only concern, your only wonder is, hey, how much am I going to make? And that's where I find myself here. So I'll pause, and I'm not even going to promise that I capture getting stopped out, because like I said, all right, well, I'll let it roll here since it's actually getting somewhat close. All right, out there, stopped out at 63.24. So there we go. Made a little bit of money on that one. But like I said, now that was a situation where I should not have gotten as aggressive as I did. But like I said, right here, I definitely should have, because it bounced back up. Now, granted, but Clay, it came back down. Well, yeah, that's easy to say in hindsight. But at some point, that move right there would have stopped me out. So it would have been super frustrating, because it would have stopped me out and then gone in my favor. But it is what it is, and at this point, I'm going to go ahead and call it good. $98, 10:07, so 37 minutes in, and I always just bring up that just because I do the be done in 30 approach, which means on average, I'm looking to be done after right around 30 minutes, just because at this point in my life, I do trading as a side hustle, just as another stream of income, because I want time, right? And I don't feel like now, if you want to sit by your computer or phone all day long, cool. Like I'm not judging you. I'm just explaining, for me, I'm after time. And if I can, like I said, be done after 30 minutes, then, or on average, then that's fine. So that's why I'm going to wrap it up here. And you saw, it's just not my morning, and that's okay. It happens. You can't always be spot on, but as I always say, and will continue to say, because to me it's a very reassuring thing about trading, is you don't have to be spot on. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to, quite frankly, even be good, but you can still make money. Now, yeah, you got to manage risk. You got to cut losses and stuff like that, as you saw here. But if you manage risk, if you cut losses, then in all actuality, you can be very mediocre. And I mean, like I said, I don't even, I understand if someone's like, Clay, you're terrible. Like, okay, fine. In the comment section, say I'm terrible, but also just realize that you're proving my point that says, yeah, you could be quote unquote terrible, yet still somehow make money. Because that's the power of managing risk and not letting things get out of control. Because in all actuality, NVAX, that first one that I took the loss on, sure, it did come back down. Sure, Clay, you should have held. Yeah, I know. But there's plenty of videos, where prices keep going up and up and up. And, that could have turned into a much more worse situation. But yeah, in this one, I understand it did come back down. So had I held, it would have been okay. But that's all very easy to say here in hindsight. But that's all I have. So almost a 30-minute video. And I know maybe not the most exciting thing, but I'm sorry, this is just the reality of trading. Sometimes you're not going to be able to just hit home runs. It's going to be chipping away. It's going to be grinding. It's going to be kind of back and forth, taking punches, punching the market. And, in situations like this, I'm quite grateful to just be coming out with almost $100 bill in my pocket. And at the end of the day, $100 in 30 minutes, I don't know many places in the market where you can put a $100 bill in your pocket for not even being really that good, yet still only quote unquote working for 30 minutes. But everybody take care. If you enjoy these videos, hit that like button, leave a comment down below. As long as I know people are enjoying these live videos, I will continue to make them because they are difficult to make. There's a lot of stuff going on since you're genuinely live. I have to talk to you, think for myself, execute my own trades, which I failed miserably at here on NVAX by, not changing the share size. So like I said, that's why I don't do them every day, because they are very difficult, but I will continue to do them as long as I know that there's interest. So if there is interest, like I said, hit that like button and then leave a simple comment down below. Everybody take care and have a good one. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.